Yay!
Welcome.
My God,
Welcome.
Oh, look at that.
Welcome to my two little friends here. They're looking to be adopted, so you can just shout out on the Facebook if you need them. Welcome everyone to OMG, the quarantine edition. I am Penelope Spencer. A special welcome to all of you out there. Mwah.
And I'm Richard Young. Glad to have you with us today. A warm welcome to our co-hosts. They will introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Cecilia. Hi, I'm Cecilia.
And I'm Vaughnette.
Hey.
Vaughnette from Library.
And I'm Camille. I'm all the way in Maracas Valley. So happy.
Nice. We're sticking. I don't mind that.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a little lag. Hopefully we get over it soon.
Yes.
Oh, that voice.
So welcome to all who are joining us from these islands in the Caribbean and all of those around the world. We are truly glad to have you with us today. Thanks for all the comments and all the feedbacks. Well received. Thank you.
OMG Live, the quarantine edition, is our way to come together, for us to talk, for us to laugh and share and build a community.
Today we'll be playing a game. We'll be listening to music. We'll be checking out what's new and coming to your screen, and generally have some refreshing discussion, conversation to help us pass the time at home. That's what we do it. So special shout out to and Chuck Curat. Is Curat no Savannah?
No, it's
Columbia.
You all just don't like anything behind that lighthouse.
Hi, Stephen. Welcome to OMG Live. Welcome to OMG Live, the quarantine edition. Please share this feed on your timeline and select notify so you will know when next we're on.
Now, during yesterday's show, we had some VIPs, some very important points of view from our Facebook viewers. Let's share them with you.
Yes, it's the VIP section. First, we have Camille here. She says, is there anyone who can say for sure what is in place for the frontline workers? Let's find out first before we get carried away. Thanks, Camille.
Yeah, and Desiree Campbell says from yesterday as well, a lot of restaurants have donated foods to hospitals here and the hospital I have been, and the hospital she's been at, they've been providing free meals for all the foreseeable future while dealing with this crisis. So they have been getting fed.
Okay. And Arlene Sylvester, who has been on almost every day since we started, I've noticed, she says,
hey,
I hope the government considers hiring some of these restaurants, specifically for catering meals to the essential workers. Yeah, and I think there was a note about that coming from the government yesterday.
That is fantastic.
And that's very admirable that people are doing that, seeing fit to spread that love. Yeah, because you've seen a lot of it in the States. My niece, who is a nurse, every day she shows all the food that they've been donated by the restaurants and the food outlets there. So that's really good that Trini is doing it as well. Good job.
Yay! Nice.
Yeah, so now we have some people have already joined on. Some of us have joined. There's Aloy Johnson already there. There's Simba Barkley. There is Steve Spencer. So we have people already there. Yes, Leslie and William Stewart. They are all on. As soon as we came on, they have jumped on and they're making their comments and just reaching out to us and saying thanks for having this show.
The internet speed has settled down, so we're a little more stable now.
Okay.
Right. Paige is there from Maryland.
Who's that, Maryland?
Yeah, she's from Maryland.
So before we move anything, all of those who are out there, we want to we want to show, we have our OMG Live COVID-19 update. So this is what is going on around the world. Run the billboard.
First, let's take a look at the latest World Health Organization figures.
Right. Worldwide COVID-19 infections are now over 1,455,987. The death toll from yesterday to today has gone from over 78,000 to now 83,687 deaths, people. Recovered is 310,108. In Trinidad, we have 107 positive COVID-19 cases. Condolences to the friends and family of the 8 Trinidadians who have died. And we are still, I don't know how, but we are still at home.
What do you want to start?
I think they want to make perfectly sure that they are fine. So by WHO standards, you have to do 2 negative tests within a certain time. So they're moving them to a separate location where they can still be quarantined. So you all, if you get this, you're away from your house for like a month. Jeez.
Wow, yes. But I don't know, it's still just weird for me because this person was diagnosed around March the 12th.
March the 12th, exactly.
It's like, I just find it very weird that it's so long that it's been going on.
Yeah,
but anyway,
but we need to, if you look at the New York, if you look at the New York case, where, I mean, obviously it's the most horrific in the world, there is some movement downwards. And that's a good, I mean, it's not a big movement. It still means that obviously hundreds of people are dying every day, but it's not as fast as it was happening before.
Right.
So that's a little bit of positive news, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, they're coming down their apex, as they say.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Where are we on our apex?
Let's switch a little bit. Yesterday, we had a young, talented soca artist, Aaron Duncan. He released a new video, a music video, and it's a song that he wrote and produced himself called We Are One, which we all are recognizing at this time. He wants to do his part to lift our spirits and to remind us that we are indeed one race, one human race.
Hey guys, this is Aaron Duncan speaking. Well, we all know what's happening around the globe right now, and I hope that all of you guys are safe during this pandemic season. Some of us are really finding creative ways of passing this time, and that's a great thing to see. But I just found that now is the right time to release this project, because I believe that we could get through this together. I believe in us as a people, as a nation, and as the world, because we are one. Some say the time's too hard, some say the time's too bad, but I know we gon' make it. Some say the time's too rough, some say the time's too tough, but I know we gon' make it. Because we are one, we are one, because we we tell them we gonna make it. We gonna make it out of this. We gonna make it. We gonna make it out of this. Sing hallelujah, amen. Sing hallelujah. are one. Because we are one. We are one. So when we tell them, we gonna make it. We gonna make it out of this. We gonna make it. We gonna make it out of this. Sing hallelujah. Amen.
Love.
Sing
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Love.
That is so nice.
I like that.
I love how he's maturing though.
Oh yes,
Very
Maturing
exactly.
beautifully.
I
That's
feel so proud.
also the sound, and you heard all the COVID-19 updates. So guys, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the figures? Well, then Camille said that some of the figures are been lowering in New York, and that's positive.
Mm-hmm.
What you thought about the sound? What your thoughts?
Send us your thoughts on just
on the link as well.
I want social media to kind of weigh in so that by the time we're finished, we have their comments as well too, you know?
Exactly.
Yes.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
love the video. I absolutely love the video. And on OMG Live, both years, Aaron Duncan was one of our first guests for every season. So on behalf of OMG Live, I want to congratulate him because he's always been there. He's come through every time he comes on OMG, and we absolutely love him. I love seeing him grow and mature and being socially conscious. This is what we need our young artists to do and our young people. So I'm so happy to see him stepping up. It's fantastic. I hope it goes worldwide.
I also like the fact that, he's maturing so beautifully. You're hearing a different voice, right? That's not the Aaron. Yeah. There's something about his voice that is moving on a different level. I also love the fact that he's experimenting with different music and not being stuck in one genre. So I could just see his future is so beautiful.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And it was nice that, we could say all can make it. Yeah. Go ahead, Vaughnette. Sorry.
A couple of people here commenting about this song. Shelly Ann Noel says she loves it. It's a beautiful song. Kirk Cambridge also says it's an amazing song. Just a hello from Gillian from Point Fortin, but most people are waiting.
Hey, Gillian!
It's a really nice song. Yeah.
We all know Gillian.
Who doesn't know Gillian? Who ain't know Gillian?
Oh gosh, the vase of flowers fall over.
Congrats, Gillian. You've been doing so well in the gym and you're looking really healthy. Yes, we love you.
Fantastic.
Good. Yes. So great. Let's move on. Now we're gonna move on to what's happening in wonderful world of TikTok.
TikTok.
Do you remember the movie Madagascar? And the character called Julian with the Hindi Indian sounding accent? Well, this young man did his best impression. Run that clip, Master Control.
Viking Julian, that's my name. Only had 2 days left to live. I would do all the things I've ever dreamed of doing.
Like what?
I would love to become a professional whistler. I'm pretty amazing at it now, but I want to get even better.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Very nice.
That was distracting.
Anything
particularly that aerated song at the end.
Anyway, so we're moving on to Let's TikTok entertainment because what else to do? Y'all heard anything about Wendy Rahama making doubles and people felt it looked like Selena? I didn't.
No. Yes.
Camille,
yes. Oh my God.
What
Yes,
was?
that was all over social media. I don't know what Wendy did because she went live and was making doubles live, and it came out crunchy, right? Doubles came out crunchy. So it was crunchy.
It looked crunchy.
So you know Trini's.
Yes.
Okay? We got hundreds and hundreds of memes. memes.
Like
it was hilarious.
This young man said he's making up for that because she had a little off day. So this is this guy's version. Run the clip.
He's saying he's her son also.
He's her son, yes. Yes.
Yeah, he's her son. And he's making
Yes. Hi, Chris, good day all. My name is Michael Rahamat. As you know, I'm Wendy's son. Today I made cake. As you can see, it's nice, soft.
And if you really made it.
Unfortunately, my mom made doubles and it came out like Sahina, but that's okay. She'll get better. You can see it's soft, very soft baked. One of the most important things is the knead of the dough. The knead of the dough was done properly today. Unfortunately, on that day, she was having a bad day, but I had a good day, right?
But you know what I don't understand about that? Wendy is a professional, right? So she's accustomed doing that. How could you go live and with something that you don't know how to make? That to me was like baffling.
Crazy.
And Trini's ain't dropping that.
Trini's not dropping it.
And as well, right now at this time, that's the best thing we have to do right now. Scroll social media and have a good laugh. Like we're doing
But
now.
you know what came up? You know what came up? What came up was cyberbullying, because some people were saying, okay, she made a mistake, but she got so much pong, Trini word pong. She got so much pong that it was like hell. It was like hell for Wendy, I'm sure. So we have a fine line of, somebody was saying they use the word picong and cyberbullying, and what is the difference, you know?
I don't know if we understand the difference. I don't know if we understand the difference as Trinidadians, because is it that it becomes cyberbullying when more people comment, or is it just the nature of the comments? Because more and more people would comment, but generally the comments are, for me, is
funny.
Fun.
They're funny.
So I don't know if it's because of the numbers they consider it cyberbullying, or just because of because half of the comments I saw, if I was Wendy, I'd laugh it off too, yes?
Yeah, but she obviously, they obviously by getting her son to do that were, you know,
no, that's not her
ponging
son.
themselves.
That's not her son.
It's not a real son.
Not her son.
That's what I'm asking. I am so naive. I believe everything, you know. That's why I don't like to comment on social media at all.
Well, on the note of doubles, on the note of doubles, I told you all about my little friend Asia that I call Asia Minor, that's from Caracas. Her mommy and daddy just made doubles, and they're sending 2 doubles to me. They bring in 2 doubles.
Very
nice. Hello, Asia. Hi, Lisa Batiste. Hi, Randy. Okay, the next clip.
They cut out all of that.
But I can't take the double.
For friends is okay. Yes, just clean the bag. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's friends who stayed in their house. They may go out. We talking all the time.
And Cecilia doing cupcakes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Anyway, we have one more TikTok.
Anyway, we'll talk later.
Yes. One more TikTok. One more cupcake, one more TikTok, not a cupcake. Well, I would not say anything about this topic. But this person is so pleased with themselves, they decided to clap their hands and much more.
If you take people, man, clap your hand. If you take people, man, clap your hand. If you take people, man, and you do not give a damn. If you take people, man, clap your hand. If you take a girl, man, stamp your feet. If you take a girl, man, stamp your feet. If you take a girl, man, and rock up your future plan. If you take a girl, man, stamp your feet. So hear me now.
I was now gonna clap, but then I realized I can't clap.
Yeah.
No, that's that is fun. So if you take people,
man,
I don't understand. Wonderful people aboard apparently, and the quarantine is getting to their heads. So that was my pick. That's how TikTok people are passing the time. Now let's jump into our next segment where we look at what's trending today.
To our online audience, you too can send us your thoughts. Just email your videos, your clips, and your voice notes to info@omgtt.com with your name and contact information. What I wanted to say just now, let me jump in here. I have to say something about the doubles. They really wasn't sending me the doubles. They sent me a picture of the doubles. Because I just see them up on the screen and they tell me we're not bringing no doubles for you. Because my sister done reach out from London and Ball Richard. Why would you be saying you're getting doubles from people? You're sending bad signals. A picture of doubles, then you send me to TV and candlelight.
All right, but when you go to the grocery, I watch how they say to do it, and I do it. I come home, I have a table separated in half. I put all the bags on one side. I empty everything. I wipe them.
Yeah.
I wipe everything. The vegetables, I wipe the outsides of the bag. So I break it and put it straight in the crisper like I see on TV. I put my bags to wash. So I just see if you take all those precautions, what is the difference getting the cooked food at some of these groceries than doubles made by your sister or by Asia Minor.
Yeah.
So this is my little point on it.
No, as you're talking about that, let's talk about the trending topic. What a lot of people are asking in Trinidad about why Sauce was closed down and the KFC and the Subway their restaurants were open, and a lot of people are wondering. And then they had the security firms. I heard that they just fired them. Well, they closed it up. All the security firms that were going to the different areas to check and see about if people are staying at home. And people are saying that those security firms were hired by the government as well. And are y'all getting the sense that the people are saying that the 1% getting all the profits from this COVID-19?
With regards to the security, I'm kind of going backwards from what you said. Regards the security, I look at it in a different way. I look at, if you notice, the people who are doing security work are the ones that are getting, minimum wages. They don't need all the passes. They don't need all the degrees to do these kind of jobs. So you find that a lot of people who are in need of money right now are the ones that are doing security work. So I see it as a way of employing people and allowing that group of people to get financing. Yeah. The question regarding that is, what is happening with the army? We're not seeing the army as much as I think we should. So it should be a mixture of both. I don't have a problem with the security firm as long as it is legit to be doing the work that is required of them.
I think people are concerned with. Go ahead, Sal.
Okay, well, I think it's in mixed messages, because the Prime Minister came out and said, no, stores could be open, they could be open. And then the Commissioner of Police came out and said, no, we were told to close down all vending. So there was that mix of messages there. And then up to a little while ago, we were told about the security firms. And then in 6 hours, they cancel it. Some people don't even know it's canceled yet. So it's so many mixed messages. Things are changing so quickly. And I think the population is confused. I think that.
Yeah.
For me, I'm kind of looking at it because this situation is also very fluid in terms of this is uncharted territory, and
Yeah.
I expect them to foul up. I expect them to make some mistakes because this is not stuff that we would have dealt with before. You understand?
Right.
What I do think though is that in everything that we do, we must be able to justify and defend our decision to do anything, because at the end of the day, it is still the government, the money that is going to be spent on whatever service we're going to procure. So I just really want due process to be followed for everything. But I'm keeping in mind that it's a fluid situation, and they will mess up, they will make mistakes, they will do things that are correct, they will do things. What I like is the fact that we said, hey, we ain't comfortable with this security thing, and the fact that they pulled it back, because we must be able to say we're not comfortable with something. If you're saying it's for us and we say we're not comfortable, pull it back. Yeah.
And I think if it's one thing with Trinidad, we have a voice. As far as the Caribbean island, we protest. We open our mouth when we don't feel something is right, and that is so good. So we need to be thankful for that.
Yes, I am thankful that they listened, because they have some countries where the government not listening to the people, I think a lot of people were concerned that there's a sense of that 1% were getting all they're profiting from this COVID. And that's how it seemed to be. Even though I'm glad that the small man getting the security jobs and but the money he's getting and the money the man who running the security firm getting are two different things. The money we get,
That's true.
So I really wish they had make some give some thought on how we can make the small man in the street still be able to make money and feel comfortable. I think enough thought wasn't given to that, because the majority, the people who are the small man in the street. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
I wanted us to just take a time to say hello to some people who have been online there, trying to get some comments in, but I just want to acknowledge some of them, because we have people from London, Germany, the Netherlands, St. Lucia, Richard Ambrose, Michelle Freak, Hayden Rodriguez is on, Rachel Young, John Porto, Ashley Dior, Heidi Hackshaw, Celine Griffith, Joanne Coggins, Molino, Cambridge, Delpesh. So that's far and wide. A lot of those places, their means of me reaching far and wide islands. We're into the diaspora. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sharing with us. And there are some comments some of them are making as well, adding to what we're saying.
Let's hear some of them.
Like Celine is saying, with all the frequent changes, we need to keep abreast by looking to the authorities for factual updates. Remember, there is no model from which to work from this crisis. Just as I say, there's no model.
Exactly.
They're moving. They're just going ahead. And Kamal Romano is saying the transparency is important, which I totally agree with. John Francis is saying, until they call an SOE, the army are just as useless as the security firms.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh Lord, I don't know.
Wow.
No,
but I do feel that the doubles discussion regarding KFC and doubles, KFC and sauce, that is so deep. That is so layered with socio-political things that we can't even have this conversation here, because it's not as simple as it seems. And if we dig deeper and kind of listen to what Source was saying, I know I might get big stone if I walk out of here after saying that. But if I kind of look at some of the things he was saying, it really had some meaning in it that we need to think about, right? And I feel that is something we need to look at in the future, that this was just an example for us to see, well, okay, this is a reality, but this is something we have to look at in the future.
What was scary about that situation? That the source, I can't remember her name now, she was saying that they were getting, a lot of people were stolen their houses.
Threatening them.
And threats and stuff, and I hated that we have to come to that, It's so unnecessary. For chicken?
Yeah. Well, life is going to change after this, with all of these lessons we are learning and all these things we are watching, hopefully we are taking lessons and we're going to grow from this. And, this will be a learning experience for the whole country.
And these are things that are consistent with crisis. When there's crisis,
really,
any type of crisis, like in war times and in other times there were pandemics. These are some of the situations that we dealt with all the time. We had people who were making money on the back line of it. Some people who were benefiting, like sometimes some of the people say, even in the medicinal world, that medicine is released in a way that only profits the big business companies, and sometimes they allow us to be almost unwell unduly long because the negotiations haven't been complete in terms of what the profit margin is. So those are the kinds of things that come up in crises, and it's really one of the unfair things. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. We ready to play again, Michelle?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's like
Ooh.
Everybody really loved that song.
Yeah, nice, real nice. nice.
So, okay, everyone, let's play that game. Today we have some old television shows. So probably
You all mightn't recognize them.
We will show you a clip from it, and you have to tell us the name of the show. This is for online audience. So are you ready? And if you got the answer right, you get a chance to ask any one of us a question. A question of
any
your choice.
one of us.
Yeah.
Run first.
The spelling is gone. You notice that's normal. It is back to normal. It's me again.
That's so easy.
Online audience. My three sons.
That's now.
The opening of that show looks like our show. The opening of that show looks something like how our show is looking right now.
How it used to when we can look down and.
Yeah.
Look
across.
Online, you guess.
Roma Spencer says Brady Bunch. First person, Roma Spencer.
Yay! That's right.
That's Roma 8.
I was wondering what the younger audience would think.
Hey, they may know them by now.
Ask a question from any one of us. Right? So while Roma thinks of her question, we're going to move on to the second clip.
Sergeant Roberts, do you have any proof that Major Nelson can make it rain or snow?
Well, I haven't any proof.
This was my favorite.
But it sure did come down cats and dogs down in Alabama.
Oh, you know, I don't know what this is.
Can we sing the theme song? Just music.
I'm giving you
So, yes, online audience, what television show is that from? We have an answer there, Vaughnette?
They got a second clue with the song.
Yeah.
Is it
Bewitched?
No.
Yes, it is.
No, that's not Bewitched.
It's not Bewitched. It's not Bewitched.
Oh,
not
right.
Bewitched is the one where she went.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it I Dream of Jeannie?
Yay!
Yeah. With a young
Rene Perez of San Fernando. Rene Perez got I Dream of Jeannie. So Rene, you get to ask any one of us a question. Any one of us, you get to ask a question. Let's move on.
Could we quarantine the question? Could we get the question first off air?
Did Roma ask yet?
Yeah. No, I ain't seen no question.
Vaughnette will tell us.
Yes. I suggested that, Anyway, what's the next clip then?
Clip.
Oh, great.
I don't know that one.
Gosh, what was the name of that again?
I don't know that one.
God. With Clink and... I remember.
Colonel Clink. She used to call my principal Colonel Clink.
Colonel
I remember.
Any questions?
Hogan's Heroes? Was that home?
Yes.
I don't know that one at all.
I love how Vaughnette is asked us.
Because I don't know. So that's Rene Merez. So Rene Merez won the last two. So Rene gets to ask 2 questions. I ain't see Roma questions either. So Rene, we waiting on your question, and Roma, we waiting on your question.
So let's move on with the show. So before the show out, we'll get their questions.
Sure.
Well, that was great, though. Okay, people. If you're wondering what to watch, let's check out our next segment, OMG Live on your screen.
Today we have another action-packed movie trailer. But guess who's starring in this movie? It is none other than the Water Lord himself, Neil Iwat George. He's starring, producing, and writing this movie. The name of the movie is called Soca Prison, and it is available now on view online at CaribbeanCyberstream.com or SocaFlix.com. Stephen, run the trailer now.
Coming, the first soca movie ever.
All right, guys, I really want to take the opportunity to thank you all for coming, first of all. Perception management started as a dream.
3 university graduates looking for an artist to sign to their new label.
We're thinking that your father would be a good option or the best option for us to sign as our first artist.
We're looking to put together one of the biggest deals in soca music.
But everything is not the way that it seems.
This man in the business is a small cell boy. So who come to visit me? Yes, sir.
Get ready for a story.
I think that this is the right place. How many things that but look how long in this prison?
Of the boss of soca, Neil.
So you mean to tell me we spent $1 million on a lockup, man? $1 million?
Iwa.
Hey, you are a tiny one.
George.
Soca prison, where's that? Hello? It's not. Hang up on we there, boy. How much you can charge, man? If only can capture Iwa Joe. Don't worry, we have money.
The most anticipated story.
You get locked up for pushing soca.
Told by the Water Lord himself.
Inspector, ain't see the man disappear? You know. Let us some soca swap people in here. What going on here? What come on and trouble again?
Soca Prison. The movie. Soca Prison, streaming exclusively this Thursday on CaribbeanCyberstream.com.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I tell you why.
That's a real movie.
You all know where Nollywood started. You all know when Nollywood started in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Right? The quality of the films were like absolute. I can't say the word here, right? But what Nollywood is now is a multi-million-dollar business, huh? Understand and understand where it came from. This could be a genre in itself.
Well, we have Bazudi.
That we're now starting.
It's like a genre that will pick up because I don't try movie. You know, it's not really a soca movie as such, huh?
I don't want Oli to miss my facial expression, eh?
Yeah. I think it's fantastic because I was actually feeling it for Iwa. He won so many things this year, and normally he would have gone to Jamaica Carnival, this carnival, he'd be all in the carnivals coming up, and now, so I am so, glad to see that he took his creative energy and made a movie. I'm dying to see it. I can't wait.
I love it.
Apparently, COVID is protecting us from many things, eh? And more.
I
love one of them.
I love the sound effects.
Your name how many soca stars you saw in the movie. Name how many soca stars you saw in the trailer. Who you saw?
And what about the policeman? What's
Swappy.
I saw Swappy.
The famous
I saw
bodyguard.
Bodyguard,
Yeah,
popular bodyguard.
Kevin Costa.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah, Kevin
I love it.
I did see.
I have faith that this will go places, and this could be. I research something that I'm doing is looking at the diaspora, right? And the diaspora is hundreds of millions of people, because when you start to think about the African diaspora, the Indian diaspora, the Caribbean diaspora is big. So if you have eyes that are willing to see soca, that is not just Trinidad and the Caribbean, this is a market that you need to take advantage of. Yeah.
And they're online. It's online, so anybody in the world could pay to see it, and they might pay a small amount to look at it.
But it'll all add up.
We are so talented in the Caribbean that we could really make a market for ourselves. Caribbean, what I always call it. We ready. I mean, Jamaica, we're doing lots of work on film. I know Grenada even starting a film festival, and Trinidad, So I really, really hope that this takes off and it does well.
And it starts something.
Penny, Penny, Roma sent in her question to you.
Yes, what is that?
And she said she specifically asked for Penny to answer. She says she wants to know what TV show starred a Trini couple.
Foreign? What TV show started?
A TV show starring a Trini couple.
No boundaries. Local?
I don't know. She didn't specify whether it was local or not.
I suppose that we local at that Trini couple, a man and a woman. The Stock Central and Beulah. What was those?
I doubt it's local she's talking about.
Maybe he sprang along when he went. I'm not supposed to answer, but maybe he sprang when he went to do the thing in Toronto.
A foreign movie starring a Trini couple.
Oh, a foreign movie starring a Trini couple. I don't know, Roma, educate us. I can't remember. Foreign.
Give us the answer.
Penny, you get a hard question there, Penny. A hard question, Penny.
Of course.
And Rene Morez, who won the others, he simply wants to know. He says he knows Vaughnette, he knows Penny, and he knows Cecilia, and he's just interested in knowing who the other two hosts are. So, Camille and Richard, you all could introduce yourself to Rene, who won the question.
Hi, Rene. Camille Abrahams and Richard Young.
Yeah, well, I'm Richard Young, and well, tell us a little bit, Camille, about who you are. I don't think it's just your name.
Who I am. Okay, so I am Camille Selvon Abrahams. I am an animator. I am also a lecturer at the University of Trinidad and Tobago. And I run an animation festival in the Caribbean. My area of expertise is film, animation, things like that. And the arts.
I am Richard Young. I have been called, I keep saying that, Caribbean fashion guru. And that was the brand they gave me when I did Caribbean's Next Top Model. I'm a production designer. I work with fashion. I do writing in fashion and in creative spaces. I work through the Caribbean and the Caribbean diaspora. I'm hired by organizations to come and kind of boost creative energy, because it's not only fashion. When I go out there, I pull all of the integrated arts together to brand this thing that I call the Caribbean aesthetic. So it's something that I have a appreciation. Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to mention, is it possible to mention another movie that did really well, done by someone called Jeffrey Allen, and this was called Welcome to the Warlock, is it?
With Ratty
Welcome to Warlock, Land of the Lawless. And this was
really well
cameras were taken up and by the men in the streets, and they literally created a movie that did really, really well. Yeah. So this is not the first of its kind. Yeah. Just wanted to mention that to Jeffrey Allen. He did well.
Remember, we had a movie. There was this movie called Men and Something with Gerald Joseph. And
Men in Black, Men in Grey.
Men of Grey.
Men in Grey.
Men in Grey. He did like 2 parts or 3 parts, you know, of that already.
Yes.
And he was coming down to do another part this year.
Roma said it stars Rudolph Walker and Nina Baden Semper.
Wow.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
That is
major talent in London.
I
don't know the show, but I know of them. Yeah.
All right, Roma, you will have to give us the answer for this. We gotta make up for some other time. Roma gotta give us
easier questions, Roma. Easier questions. Yeah, boy.
Okay, guys. But that leads us into our next segment while we wait on Roma's answer. So we're going with
She said, "Love thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor.
Love thy neighbor."
Wow. I remember that.
Okay.
It was Bridget.
So we're going into our next segment. Thank you, Roma. So I was thinking. Get your thinking.
Oh, we're thinking.
Good. So I was thinking. Cecilia, tell us what you're thinking, baby.
Gosh, well, I like to keep it on the spur of the moment. So right now, at this exact moment, what I'm thinking is that I am going to be open and I am going to give the authority.
Oops. Right.
Oops.
Cecilia, going any black box there?
Yeah.
Yeah, she went to black. Vaughnette, you want to start to talk?
For me, only for me.
I'm gone. I come back. All right.
I looked at a press conference this morning, that virtual press conference the Ministry of Health would normally give on a morning to give the update to COVID. And to be honest, guys, I was really appalled at the attire of some of our media people who I mean, yes, I know you're in the comfort of your home and you're interviewing people and whatnot, but I can't see that you interviewing the Minister of Health who is decked off in a jacket and a tie, and you in your house in a vest and you're here in comb. And I think we need to respect our professions, and I think we need to respect what we do a little more. Look at me. Look, all you see lipstick on. I have on powder and lipstick all you here today. You know, and it's a social thing.
Yes,
so I was just I was bothered by that, because at the end of the day, regardless of where you are, regardless of your geographical location, you are at work, you know, and you need to deport yourself. You need to deport yourself to reflect that. That's just my thought.
Good. Cecilia, is she there, or she's in the black box?
She's in the black box, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll quickly talk about two. I know we should only talk about one, but I want to mention two. One is teachers. I have experience where I am a teacher and a parent at the moment. All right. And I am online with my students, and I'm also looking at what my son has to do at school. So I'm saying to teachers at home, be mindful, because already parents are going through so many dramas. To add on too many things at this point in time.
Thank you.
Just be mindful. Just be mindful. I'm experiencing it on both sides of the fence. The second point is something I need Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean to be very, very mindful of. And it's been on my mind since yesterday or day before yesterday. We have something creeping up in our backyard that we need to be mindful of. And that is whatever is going on between Venezuela and the US at the moment. It will impact on us. It will not only impact on us politically, but even physically, because of where we sit with how far we are from Venezuela. We see Venezuela from Trinidad. The Venezuelan people, if this is happening, it means that we may get more Venezuelans in coming into Trinidad, and we have to be mindful of that. Now, what is important as a people we also need to know is, or note, I should say, is that there's a lot of fake news going on. So there's you have to find a way to decipher what is real and what is fake, because this is dangerous. It is something that will shift our entire future if it is real. But be mindful of the fake news. Be woke is what I would see more than anything else.
That's something I spoke about as well. Cecilia, yes, tell her.
All right, I am going to be more open and more trusting, because my past history with the politics and the government of Trinidad and Tobago is I worked for Carifesta and you get paid 6 months later. I worked CAC training for the government, training teachers to teach drama, and I got paid like 18 months later. So I'm very skeptical and untrusting. But the last 2 days, how they have shown that they've listened to the public. People were complaining, why this restaurant and not this one? So they closed all. People were complaining, why not this security and not this one? So they stopped all. So they are listening to the people. So I am going to listen and trust that they are learning and we can get it right. And I'm applying for all of the grants. So I will let you know how it goes. I will keep you updated.
Nice.
What I'm thinking about, well, I have to do a special shout out to my partner at the O2N Foundation, which is Nicole Dyer-Griffith. And I want to commend her for the effort that she's making right now. We have an campaign going, but tomorrow she has one that she's pushing through the I Support Our Service, and she's brought on a lot of corporate social responsibility partners to make our statement about the frontline people and making sure that we recognize them as our heroes. We have seen that all over the world they've been doing it. In Italy, it was done. My sister said when she stood up in front of her place and she was doing the applause, you heard it all down the street. It resonated. It rippled through you. It really felt really special because, you know, these people are going beyond the call to, in spite of the fact that they might get ill, and some of them have died. And so tomorrow at 10 o'clock on Holy Thursday, we need to clap for caregivers. And I think it is definitely something we all need to be involved in. And I have to say special thanks for her and her energy in the social transformation that we are about and our human development. And so, Nicole Dyer-Griffith, I applaud you. And
we applaud you. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can't stand it because we will be out of
We all out on our street. No matter what street area we live on, we just go and clap. Go. Vaughnette.
Penny, before you go ahead, Rennie said he had a second question for you. He wants to know when you're doing America Dance again, before you give your final thoughts.
Penny, I was just thinking that now we could do the movie. Now we could do the virtual movie. Yeah, we could do the movie now. Everybody is supporting.
I don't know when we'll be doing America Dance again. It will be a while. I don't know. Maybe I'll be doing it on crutches or maybe a walker. This Mary might take a little rest from now. I don't know if Richard and they will see it fit to bring it back, but it's one of my favorite plays. So I always love to do Mary. So yes, just tell me, give me 2 weeks and songs and we're doing it. And what I have been thinking is, what are cooking for Easter? What am I cooking for Easter? You know, it's going to be a phenomenal kind of price. I could just imagine the cost of fish. And I stopped eating meat for the Lenten season. So I am looking forward to the first taste of meat that will be in my mouth. You know, I wanted it to be one of the that's what I'm thinking. Should I go for pork? Should I go for chicken or should I go for beef? You know, so that's honestly
all.
Easter coming up. I love Easter. I love
Easter. Me too, yes.
It's one of my favorite holidays. So yeah, so I've been thinking a lot about Easter. We have no Easter bunny because it's a 6 feet socially distancing. So we wouldn't be seeing our Easter bunny. But
I know. Yes. No Easter. My daughters normally I have an Easter hunt with all the little children in my camp. I have lots of them here doing Easter hunt. No Easter.
Can we say Guys, can I just say hello to some of the people who are here on Facebook? Just to say hello again. Richard Constantine Ambrose, Kiswana Blood, Ricardo Samuel, Dion McMichael Stevenson. I love Dion already.
Dion,
my makeup artist Shelly Ann Bailey is here. Kat Joe, Paigey Page, Roma Spencer, Cindy Ann Jane Bosso. I think Cindy Ann is out of this country soon. Aloy Johnson. I saw my ex-roommate, my Italian roommate, Daniele, who's locked on in Los Angeles as well on the live here. Mary Henry, Kurt Cambridge, Ricardo Samuel, Patricia Batiste, Megan Francis Carrington, and everybody else who's on the live. Thanks so much, Ron Oliver. Thank you all for joining us today.
And Simone Donovan is there as well. I see her. And a lot of people
Cyrus Sylvester is there.
Hey, Cyrus. Hey, Susie.
Hi, Cyrus.
And Susie Smith, and there is John Botto, my neighbor. My neighbor right across the street is reaching out, and I am very pleased that he's on.
And we're missing Richard. Ragoobarsingh. We need to say hi to Richard.
He's watching on, you know. He's looking on.
Richard is on the live.
Yeah.
Which we miss you.
But it was lovely today, though.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's it.
Yep.
So that's it, folks. Thanks to those who watched and took part. Please send your comments and your voice notes and your video clips and your thoughts and your perspectives and email it to info@omgtt.com so we can share it on the OMG Live, the quarantine edition.
And thanks to our OMG crew. We have a real large crew.
Yeah, boy. Hey, hello, don't forget all his family.
This is an idea. We love you for bringing it up, and we really have a good time here at 2 o'clock every day. So people share it, let people know we want to hear different perspectives. We want to know how you feel, how's the weather by you. Let's talk and say anything. Let's line, people. Let's line like our Trinnies line, Caribbean people line. So the music line. We hear in the music in the background. And music is by Nyla Blackman. We're going to bring it up.
Nyla today?
Yes.
Yes. Nyla Blackman.
I don't know why.
I don't know how many of you know this one, but it's the latest. And it's called Bougie.
Aye.
I've been accused.
We having a little...
You know? All right, nice.
We're having a little problem with Bougie. Bougie not playing. Sorry.
Oh, the one from yesterday.
Bougie to Bougie.
Play the one from yesterday.
We can't do those switches.
It is so easy to do them things. Anyway, join us the same time tomorrow at the same place. Sign into OMGTT on Facebook. Thank you again, everybody. Hi, Kirk. Thanks for reaching out every day and giving me updates after. And Aloy, see you next time. As we always say at OMG, let's be kind.
Take care.
Yeah, so we could have a little music from Aaron then.
Because
Let me get close to Aaron.
It's a little smoother.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, everybody.
Okay,
Bye.
Bye.
Cecilia's in the black box, but I'm saying bye.